Is this gonna be a real treat?
This is gonna be a real treat. That's why I'm going through extra lengths to not tell you what it is. And I'm sure you know about it. It's just gonna be the surprise of why the fuck do you have this?
I like how your TV telling you have no signal, so happy or excited or scared.
Yeah.
No signal! Exclamation point! This is fucking for real!
Are you okay? Do I need to call emergency services? And honestly, I don't know why I have this game. I've just had it. Yeah.
Oh, South Park's
Love Shack.
The lizard!
The lizard, yeah. Remember when Acclaim was alive and they had a lizard?
Why?
Because they went through that weird lizard phase. Remember Comedy Central's old logo?
Oh, man!
Don't you feel old?
I remember when it was like the concentric circles that would come off the tower, and I remember seeing that at the end of every Comedy Central thing and being like, yeah, like that was so strong in my mind.
Oh, man. Remember when they just let them make whatever game they wanted with the license?
You remember when Isaac Hayes was part of South Park?
When he was alive and not dead?
Yeah, and not pissed off because he didn't take offense to
Scientology.
their Scientology episode.
Oh, man.
Chef was awesome.
So speaking of party games, we have Chef's Love Shack, actually.
Oh, man.
We're going to need your
Listen to that
Audio quality, oh!
I feel...
Wow.
Please press your button
Who's
to
playing?
join in.
Why?
I feel like I'm calling a hotline to get tips on an NES game.
And I don't know why it's so bad, because the PS1 could do better audio than that. Like, it was so much better in Crash Bandicoot 3, and that had 3D models, which must have taken up more space than whatever this is. Who do I want to be?
I don't...
Like,
how do they not... I mean, I know it's South Park, and, you know, why does it look like this?
I don't know.
It's not...
I don't know, but it makes me a little sad.
You want to make.
We'll do...
Like, we'll do
foreplay.
Was the resolution that poor? Was were they not able to reach a higher level of fidelity with...
Well, I don't think Acclaim could get a higher level of fidelity. No.
Like, everything is so choppy. It's like...
But now suddenly this is good?
Sultry's most sensual game show on earth.
Like, why isn't this...
I think the music is good.
And it's covering up his voice a bit, yeah.
There's like absolutely no anti-aliasing, so everything's got that really step, like pixel steps, like it was done in fucking paint.
It probably was done in paint. That's the thing about the PS1. It could give us, Ape Escape.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy IX.
But
or it could give you this.
Look at
his audio's fine. Why is his audio crisp and clear?
Comedy Central probably provided it.
Yeah.
And not Acclaim.
But then, like, the voices on the kids aren't.
Oh.
A third grader at South Park.
Oop, I accidentally skipped it. Oh no.
Oh no. Just, oh man. Oh man. And then thinking about how great, you know, Stick of Truth was.
Hey, little buddy, tell me, what was the name of Gilligan's ship?
So is it the Minnow?
I think so, but I don't know what button to press.
Now look what happened.
What? What?
I
Why?
don't... What's Saeed's story?
It's whom against whom?
It's the Sharks and the Jets. I know this.
You can't D-pad it down?
Oh, you have to press X and then select. You know why? Because when there are multiple players, it's like Jeopardy. You have to hit the button and then give your answer. Okay.
So they don't even have computer characters in there?
It seems not.
Next,
mole sauce.
Yeah.
I didn't know the question. I just saw chocolate and Mexican.
I can't even believe this isn't South Park trivia.
That's the weirdest thing about it. It's just trivia night trivia.
This is so weird.
Like, that would have been a good idea, right? South Park trivia?
Oh,
yeah. Because they could have... I mean,
a
a little early to think about this, but they could have annualized this or whatever. What?
Okay, so it's basically a shell game, right?
Okay.
Except instead of coconuts and balls, it's soda.
Don't pick this shaken soda.
Yeah. Here's the thing. South Park
Now
has
watch,
always looked so
children.
simple.
I'm gonna start by
I don't know
taking
why
this
they
test.
couldn't reproduce that on the PS1. But now his chef's audio is terrible?
Pay attention, children.
What the
You
fuck?
gotta watch which one I
Oh
cook.
my god. Probably wasn't Chef. It probably wasn't Isaac Hayes.
No, it sounds like him, just recorded at a really, really low bit rate.
Go
I
ahead.
love that the
Point
thumbs
your
are
finger to
switching
the one
sides
I
on the
cooked.
can. Like I was watching for a bit.
Uh-huh. Except you want to pick the one that you shook up.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the cans were flopping, I think the thumbs were switching sides.
Probably. They were probably just mirroring it. It's like in Mortal Kombat 1 when Kano would switch sides. Now
Yeah.
the cybernetic part of his face is left or right.
Yeah. Oh boy, you're first place.
Woo.
I can't believe there's not even just computer
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah, I know.
Very exciting.
I know.
What's the
Showing
dictionary
con
definition
cards.
of a geek?
A live animal eater?
Absolutely right.
Hooray.
Oh, I bet vegans love that one.
Yeah. Double down.
You just bunch of geeks.
How much are you going to bet today, kid?
Can we go get frozen yogurt later? But I have to make sure that there's a vegan option for me.
Oh, Facebook reminded me of my surprisingly angry post from 6 years ago about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this fucking bitch just asked if the frozen yogurt is vegan. I'm like, wow, I was mad. 23-year-old me was mad.
Yeah.
A double helix.
Great job.
Unless
Is
you're
the
a-
frozen yogurt vegan? You mean the stuff with milk and eggs? Yeah.
Likely.
Oh,
I like when they start explaining it. I'm vegan, which means it's like I remember that happening at a frozen yogurt place, and then the frozen yogurt person being like, "There is a orange sorbet you can
Yeah.
choose," and they're like, "That's it." It's like, "Yep,
huh?
you
That's
came to a
all.
froyo place looking for vegan options. You get orange sherbet. Be happy or have nothing.
Great.
Don't
Let's see who's
care.
got the
Just
skills
stop
for
telling
this
everyone the
game. If you're
definition
not
of
sure how to
vegan,
play the game,
because I'm
check
sure they
the
all know, because
Your
this is
controls
fucking
display
Portland.
your character.
Wipe all the ass. Wipe the asses out, all of them. Use your gas to cruise. Is this basically?
It's basically asteroids, but with Terrence and Philip and butts.
Do you remember the Ren and Stimpy game? The beat 'em up or brawler. It was a brawler. The Ren and Stimpy brawler on Super Nintendo, I believe. And every once in a while there were mini games, and there was one like this.
Kind of. Kind of. I remember an SNES Ren and Stimpy game, which was a lot better than the Genesis one I had. The Genesis one I had was Stimpy's Amazing Invention.
Yeah, the one on the SNES was like a, you know, it was
Yeah.
your brawler, standard Streets of Rage, right? That kind of.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were these fucked up stages where you would like be falling through like a time thing, and you'd have to like aim your ship through this hole as you're just going faster and faster through it. It was a really hard game,
Yeah.
but yeah, every once in a while there'd be an asteroids level like that, and you were in there, you know, that spaceship from the what is that episode called over there?
Lost in Space or Space Madness.
Space
something like that,
Madness, yeah.
They actually had a couple. There's Marooned,
Candy
and I think
yeah.
the other was Space Madness.
Yeah. Oh, so here's
to make
some
the world
South.
taste good.
There's some South Park trivia.
Yeah. Well,
Let's do
South
a
Park
double
themed
down.
jokes, kind
Yeah.
of. But okay, another double down.
How much are
kitty
you
cat.
going to bet today, kid?
6,000.
The
Here's Chef
whole
with the
damn
question.
thing.
Like, there's even a delay when I'm pressing the up button to select how many points I want to give. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kitty.
Could you imagine getting paid to
What's the
work on this
chemical
game?
shorthand
How
for
ashamed
methane?
you'd be.
Anybody could work on the art for this game.
Oh,
MH2?
maybe some other time.
Oh no, I lost everything.
Pick the Middle Eastern
Yeah, I bet you're
man
still in
with
first.
the pock-marked face.
Wow, they were ahead of their time, Bin Laden. Gaddafi.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, at least I'm in first.
Right, let's jump straight into a gameplay round.
Oh my god.
I bet if I put together a video which was Chef's Love Shack, all mini games, it would be one of those videos that gets like 1 million views for no reason.
Because people just want to know it.
Great.
Like,
Let's see who's got
Mario
the
Party
skills for
9
this
on
game.
minigames.
Read the instructions
Or
carefully. Your controls
this
are
game,
displayed
all
beneath your
deaths.
character.
Yeah.
People like
Oh,
that
exactly.
for some reason.
Oh, that would take so long though, because you can't even choose your. Wait, I think there's a code you can put in which lets you manually choose the games. I'll look into that actually.
Hi there. Now we're gonna play a little memory game, okay? I want you to watch me spank this monkey's asses and memorize the order that I spanked them in.
That
okay?
means they got
Now
Trey
we're-
Parker to come in and record lines for
Ready?
this.
Now pay attention, okay? Now remember
my
what I
God.
told you, okay? Go ahead and spank the monkey like I told you, okay?
I just remember, you know, obviously as a kid this shit would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
But there, for a really long time, I really had no interest in South Park because I know they're past this stuff. But I just for a while I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do this type of humor. It is not funny.
I, by chance, stopped watching the series right when it got to a particularly low point, which was the middle of season 9, I think, which was 2005. Like I didn't even see the pattern. Whatever.
Yeah,
the first half of the season was fine. It was pretty funny actually, and then I went off to boot camp, and then I didn't have the ability to watch it for a long time, and then some years later. I tried watching a few episodes and like, wow, this really went downhill.
Yeah.
And then I picked up back where I left off and like, wow, the moment I left for boot camp was the moment South Park got bad. It was amazing. Just this clear dichotomy. Like,
yeah, here
like
it is.
the end of like the second half of this season is where Matt and Trey just died.
I think they're getting better, or they got better at least.
That's what I keep hearing,
But
and I need to check in on
Yeah,
it.
it's just really hard.
Yeah. There's a period of
Yeah.
time
How
of
much are
some
you going to
years
bet
where you
today,
look at it and
kid?
it's like, this is just
Now,
yeah,
for
this
the
isn't the
question.
South Park that I knew, and it's not.
and it's so topical. It's hard.
That's
to go
the
back.
problem. They started going really topical to the point where it's like immigration is always going to be a thing, right? See, even the
This
Gooback
term,
episode.
okay, describes a
Well, it makes
disorder
sense
where,
years down the
okay,
road, but when
you
it's
might
something that,
develop
let's see.
repetitive tics and, okay, speech patterns, okay?
Tourette's.
Correct, children.
That's a. I didn't.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Officer
Weird
Bob Brady,
question to ask.
as a badge, would most likely.
What's the cap in your ass?
Correct, children.
As a badge.
Because he's a cop. It's like, what does this
Oh.
slang mean?
Ladyfingers are actually.
People who eat people.
Just what they sound like.
Children.
All right, let's jump straight into a game.
Yeah, I think I stopped watching. Like, I never even finished the Imagination Land episodes.
See, that was after the point where I stopped watching.
I think that was about when I stopped. Was I was just like, when it was the third episode, I was just like, nope.
It's time for I
I watched like the first two and was just like,
And so many of these games are just other games. This is just fucking Space Invaders.
I feel like almost every one of these mini games is in Super Mario Paint.
Probably.
But just South Park skin.
Oh my god. We can make so much money on mobile. Sometimes, have you noticed I'm hitting some of these dead on? It's just not killing them?
Yeah. This is God, this is really
I got stung, apparently.
I don't even know what happened there.
Apparently I got stung.
I don't even know what kind of perspective is going on with that fucking picnic blanket. I mean, South Park was never known for its like amazing
Look,
but come on.
it's lush visual.
Oh, children.
God, now it looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe a little too good.
Yeah.
Today's winner
Well, that's the
is
thing. Now it
Eric
looks
Keitel.
so good that it kind of lacks that. There's a scrappy underdog appeal to, especially season 3 where the writing got good.
Yeah.
But it still looked
Join
kind of
us
crappy.
next time when we'll play
That's
Chef
it.
Shack with 4 bodacious swimsuit models.
Really? You mean it?
Oh man,
Sure, Chef. Sure.
this is some sweet. Someone had fun with that motion graphics.
Yeah. back in '97.
They just had no idea what South Park was when they made this game. Not South Park, not Comedy Central. Acclaim.
Yeah.
Because nothing about this other than the characters.
Here they are, Project Man, Christy and Jules. Fuck you.
This was the payoff for the whole game, was just so they can get South Park versions of themselves.
Man, now there's an app for that.
I feel like they had no fucking clue because nothing on here looks like South Park stuff. None of those mini games made me think of South Park. They could have. I've played Simpson games where mini games on there were really unique to Simpsons world, at least as far as I could tell. But all these mini games were just run-of-the-mill other games.
These are just other games. They're just coconut. They're just the coconut game, or Asteroids, or Space Invaders, just with South Park skin. It's not even the closest they. Yeah, all of them are just South Park. Skins.
One was just
like,
Simon, remember the pattern on the monkeys' asses.
There's a beefcake one. I forget what you're doing exactly. It uses the beefcake stuff that Cartman takes for a while to try and get muscular, but just makes him fat. But even that, I think that one is just one of those games where you're moving back and forth while stuff drops down and you're trying to catch the beefcake.
Even like you mentioned that what I initially thought was South Park trivia was just a regular ass question with the South Park skin on it. Did you ever? You did the South Park first person shooter.
Yeah, I love that one.
That was so fucking fun.
I own that, and I need to get an N64 so we can play it.
Yeah, I fucking love that game.
It's not a good game. Don't get us wrong.
No,
it's fun.
I loved it though.
Like I read a review of it years later, and they're like, it's basically Turok, and I'm like, that's why I like it.
It was a fast shooter too.
Yeah,
it played like a Doom. It was real quick. Fuck yeah! It was not any. There was no cover. It was just run around and shoot.
It was on the N64, so it has that fucking fog effect going on like every other game did. So they didn't have to render anything further than 20 feet in front of you. But I love it.
It kind of spooked me as a youngin' too. Like, I mean, shit, there were aliens and stuff. I mean. Like, I don't know. Now it wouldn't, but
now it would.
But back then I was like, oh man, I gotta, I didn't know how to play it either. Really, at first I was always really cautious. But yeah, you just gotta haul ass and shoot the fuck out of stuff.
I'm going
super good.
I'm going to Idaho next Friday. I know our N64 is there somewhere, and those things were built like bricks.
Yeah.
So it still works. Yeah. Unless it was directly rained on, I'm sure it still works. So I will look for it. If I find it, I'll bring it home.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our best to get up to some terrible South Park action.
That would be cool.
Anyway.
I would love to revisit that game.
Yeah, that was Chef's Love Shack.
God, what year
That's
was
Love
this?
with a U. Let's see if we can find that at least.
I was hoping it would just give a little, a date down there. But yeah, fuck that, man. That is...
Well, I'll just Google it real quick before we leave. Internet. Google. Chef's Love Shack. Apparently it was on the N64 as well.
Like the city, I just don't.
He how's this have a 5.3? It was on the Dreamcast.
5.
They re-released it, or initial release date 99. This was 99.
That's.
You know what else was 1999? Final Fantasy VIII.
Wow. You know what? They probably made this in about a month.
You know what was 98? Metal Gear Solid.
Ooh. Dang.
Like, I won't bring up Final Fantasy VII, even though it did have far better sound than this. And even though its worse graphics were worse than this, but its better graphics were better, I won't. But Final Fantasy VIII was this year. Metal Gear Solid, despite suffering for being a PS1 game, was the year before this. This just had to look like South Park. And they couldn't even manage that. They couldn't even manage fucking construction paper.
Yeah, they couldn't even. Oh man, if this was a purely like stop-mo construction paper game, this game, I think, and if it wasn't, just crappy trivia, I feel like this game would have lived on for quite a while.
Fuck. It's just this weird novelty.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, thanks for watching this, Jeremy. Thank you.
99.
I don't have anything else to say about Chef's Love Shack.
Back in the case you go.
Forever.